it's Ryan. Time for our next video. This one's on Mainstage. I've already got my file open. This is what I will show you, kind of what I created to use as my default finale synth setup concert. This is so that you make this and don't save over it as when you go to use it with Finale. That way you don't have to start from scratch each new Finale project that you have. All you have to do is pull this one up, save as a new concert, and you're ready to go. So you can set up your layout however you want. I have it set up with two keyboards, an 88 and a 61, with the 88 being synth 1 and 61 keyboard being synth 2. And each of them have a sustain pedal and an expression pedal. And I have my patch list, patch set list, and I also, when I was doing sound at my recent group I was with, I had both keyboards able to change patches. That way they could continue using a sound while they're changing, and I have all the patches set up that way to work well for that. So I have buttons for patch changes here that will operate by each keyboard. So this keyboard gets these patch buttons, this one gets these patch buttons, patch name, horizontal meter for computer load, for during performance mode or whatever. And then I also have the time, because we got to know what time it is to make sure we start our pre-show at the right time or what have you. Anyways, now we're on to the actual programming it. We've got our layout, and we're going to take each control input that we've got. So we've got our synth 1, and you'll notice over here on MIDI port I have assigned it to synth 1 IAC driver. That is going to be what is bringing in MIDI data from Finale. So you got to have that set there. And channel 1 through 16 just pulls in everything synth 1 virtual MIDI cable is bringing in. And you set these pedals, same thing. Synth 1 IAC driver, set it up however you like. Just got to make sure that it is synth 1 IAC driver if it's for that keyboard. And then like you would think, synth 2 gets synth 2. And then same for the pedals. So that's that. And you'll notice I also named my keyboards synth 1 and synth 2 just to keep everything aligned. Make it a little bit easier to make sure we select the proper keyboard input for when we go to make our channel strips. So now we're going to go over to Edit. We're going to create a new patch. Hit the plus. We got a patch. Add channel strip. We're going to go instrument. MIDI input will be one of your two keyboards, so synth 1. Output will be however you want to set it. I have my own way to set my outputs using aux buses, which I will show you in the next video. And that's my way, just because I primarily like to have the computer directly connected to the mixer and using it as an audio interface. And this aux bus way makes it a lot easier. But for our sake right here, before that video, let's just put the output to output 1 and 2. So create, and now we have our channel strip. If I don't currently have Finale open to send a sound to it, but we can pick one out. Timpani, there we go. So now we got some timpani. Now if I were to go to Finale, put in a note, and then hit play, it'll send that signal over to here. And then for synth 2, what would you think? We hit go MIDI input, synth 2. We're going to keep the same output. And same thing. As long as we're on our synth 1 staff in Finale, sending MIDI data to synth 1 IAC driver, and then have Mainstage open with the synth 1 IAC driver going to the synth 1 keyboard into the synth 1 channel strip, then we will get that sound. Same with all the synth 2. And you can send all the CC controls through Finale as well. You just have to have it properly mapped and have it all working right within Mainstage. Next, we have when we're going through all this, we got to make sure our concert settings are set up to where any rogue data, MIDI data coming through from Finale or from your keyboards are not going to mess up our channel strips. So I like to go into concert settings and uncheck these 3 boxes, make sure they're unchecked. And that'll send everything. If it's not being used, if it's unassigned MIDI, then it's not going to screw anything else up. It just won't go anywhere. And you'll notice over here I have my aux is already set up on this one. But that's it for this video. My next video will be talking about how I made my Mainstage concert to use with the mixer audio interface without having to be connected to the mixer all the time. And then also getting where I could use 64 channels of input and output on Mainstage, so I can set up my concert without even ever having to be connected to the mixer. See you next time.